All
Happy
right.
Friday, everybody. It's me, Kennedy Dianne, and today I'm here with Lauren Smith, the owner of ELS Vision Wealth Management. So, Mr. Lawrence, what services do you offer at ELS Vision Wealth Management?
Sure. Well, first of all, I am so happy to be here and so excited to hear about this type of conversation that we are having here. We are a financial planning firm, and we work with successful professionals and business owners to help them to become good stewards with their assets, to be able to invest their money as well as to protect their assets in the case of something happening that they were not planning for. So we help clients, we help business owners and successful professionals to be able to grow their assets and then keep the assets and be able to pass those down from generation to generation.
What made you want to start your own business?
What made me want to start my own business? Well, you know what? Let me start off with a saying that has been told to me, and I think it's real. All right? Your career is what you get paid for, okay? But your calling is what you're made for. All right? So, one of the things that happened was that I come from a family background. My father was a first generational successful professional, right? And opportunities opened up to him that were not available to his parents as an African American. Then my mom was a business owner, right? Or is a business owner. She's retiring this year, so she's one of my clients. But my mom retired this year, and she was actually a business owner. And so one of the things that's happened growing up is I got the opportunity to see both the joys and the missteps, right, of a family that is really getting for the first time the chance to live the American dream, right? The chance to become successful, to have a good income, to not worry about having to what's going to be on the for dinner that night, and if there was anything. No, this was a new generation of successful professionals, but that doesn't mean that they just because they were successful in the income that they were making, that they were truly able to then live that out by being able to, number one, have financial security, right? And in addition to that, also be able to leave money from generation to generation. So therefore, we started this firm to work with successful professionals and small business owners to sit down with them and help to make the vision for their future come true. And by being able to align their vision for their future with the assets that they have already accumulated, plus needing to figure out if just maybe we need to accumulate a little bit more assets, right? But after you've been able to do that, then we work together to help them to get to and through this new period of life called retirement, and then to be able to make the world a better place, right? So how do you make the world a better place, right? Well, think about it this way. Yeah, Warren Buffett says that there is someone sitting in the shade because someone planted a tree a long time ago. And one of the ways that we can make this world a better place is instead of only thinking about ourselves and getting to the next, situation of how can I get to retirement, but then how can I leave money to institutions? And how can I leave money to the next generation? And if you had the security and to be freed up to be able to make this world a better place, wow, that would be awesome. Imagine somebody like me, right? When during in high school and college, when I first got to college, like most people, it's like, wow, what are these student loans and these different things like that? Well, imagine if there was a scholarship there for you, right? Well, I was able to take advantage of scholarships. And why was I able to take advantage of scholarships? because somebody a long time ago decided I'm going to put money in a position so that somebody else who needs it later can do so. And that's what I work with my clients to do. Instead of just simply saying, how can I make things right for myself? Instead, we deal with financial planning by asking 3 questions. Am I okay? Or for us that are married, like me and my wife, are we okay? Then we say, is my family okay? And then we end it with this last question that's going to ultimately make the world a better place. You know what that is? Is my community okay? And that's what financial planning is all about.
I like the example that you used about somebody planting a seed a long time ago and somebody being able to have shade. What struggles have you ran into being a Black business owner?
That is a good question. And let me tell you this before I answer that all the way around, because I want to deal with the answer to your question specifically in the way that you asked it, which is struggles as a Black business owner. So before I do that part, let me just deal with the last 2 words. Being a business owner in itself is going to come with all kinds of struggles and challenges, and you will always see new challenges that are going to happen. All right. So if you're wanting to be an entrepreneur, you're going to want to make a difference in this world by owning your own business. There is no easy road. All right. If you can step out and you can take a leap, right, and you can actually see the floor, that's not really becoming a business owner. At the end of the day, as a business owner, you are going to have to take some chances. And that is a part of what being a business owner is. Which leads me to the question that you asked, what are some unique struggles that may be there for African American or Black business owners? All right. And I want to talk about the 2 main ones that I have had and had when I decided to do one. Now, the first one was that I did not have what many of my white counterparts had in this industry, which was direct mentorship that knew the context of being an African American business owner. So therefore, I had to make a lot of decisions without having to have an African American mentor who had been in the financial planning business. Now, there are other African American financial advisors out there, but just for a statistic here that would be interesting, less than 2% of CFP holders are African American. So that made it very hard to find someone, a mentor. However, I'll tell you what I did do that made this a better scenario. The 2 things that I did was I did eventually join a group of African American financial advisors, which allowed me then to find some people that I can talk to about some of the things that I dealt with in the industry. But I did something even more important than that, is I became what I wanted to see. So today, I have people that I mentor in the financial advisor world, young up-and-coming financial advisors that are a part of my practice, as well as a part of the organization that I'm in. And that has given me the ability to be what I wanted to see, because yes, I would have loved to have had other African-American financial advisor mentors, but just so I became that. And that was something that was important. The other thing, though, that I did, it was that the other struggle that I see happening is self-doubt. And we don't come from a generation of business owners and building wealth upon building wealth, right? Today, even if you look at it right now, our president of the United States, he was able to start his business by his father giving him a multi-million-dollar loan, right? Well, that really isn't the scenario that most African American business owners have. So that makes it a little bit challenging, and there's nothing to fall back on. So you get a little self-doubt there. However, again, for those that are watching this and any young person out there that is thinking about what you want to be, what I can tell you is that you just have to do it. If it truly is your calling and you truly believe that this is what you've been called to do, you're going to have to get rid of the self-doubt and you're just going to have to go ahead and go through it. Because the worst thing that could ever happen to you if you fail is that you have to get back up and try again.
Yeah, I agree. How long has this business been active?
So, I started ELS Vision Wealth Management in 2017. Alright, so we've been 3 years going on 4 years now. Now, I will say, and fully open in here, I had actually been an independent financial advisor before that. I was just a part of another person's practice, right? So I did not have ownership, but I was an independent financial advisor. And I did that for several years before starting my own practice. As a matter of fact, I've been in the investment world for 12, going on 13 years now.
What is most important in your business?
For me and our team, the most important word for our business is integrity, right? Integrity is so important. We are in a world where there are a lot of different financial advisors. There are a lot of different solutions and ways that you can help people. But at the end of the day, to be a good financial advisor, you have to develop a relationship with people and truly care about what their goals are. So you have to put people first, and you have to know at the end of the day, I did the right thing for this person. That is the only true way that you can become a successful financial advisor. And by the way, that goes to business, period, in my world, at least in my belief. Because I need to know that I made a difference in this person's life. And that person trusts me with their money, with their assets. And money, and assets, those are really tangible items. A dollar, if you take a piece of paper and you burn it up, it's going to burn up, right? If you take a dollar, and you do the same thing to it, it's still going to burn up, right? It's just a piece of paper. But the difference between the dollar is the dollar has value. And that value is because there's something that you're planning on doing with that. When you're hiring me and you're hiring our team, you're hiring us to bring value to your life so that you can have certain goals that are met, certain dreams that you met. And for us, we have to have the integrity to know that our mission and what we've sought to accomplish gets accomplished, which is helping this person to meet their goals in life.
How will you describe your business in 3 words?
How would I describe my business in 3 words? Well, I will tell you this. Our firm's name is ELS Vision Wealth Management, and that means empowerment, legacy, and security. All right, that is what we try to provide to all of our clients. We want to empower them, right, to be able to do the things that they want to accomplish in life. We want to make sure that they're able to leave a legacy for their children's children, as well as make the world a better place. And then finally, we want to give them security that will be able to help them to manage market risk, as well as health risk and longevity risk, and all the different risks that are associated with their investments, as well as their life.
Where do you see your business success in 6 to 10 years?
So in 6 to 10 years, of course, we'll still be taking on new clients, right? We'll still be trying to find ways to help our clients. But now I want to get to the ultimate idea, right? Because there is an ultimate vision here. And the ultimate vision, if this is our calling, then we want to see something happen all the way around. And you know what that is? That is that we, in our work with our clients, will have made the world a better place, right? So yes, we want money to go from, for parents to be able to pass that money down to their children. But once they know that their children and their children's children has financial security, well, what happens next? Well, now there are new ways to make this world a better place. And that means different things to different people. So, for instance, I do have some of my clients that we work together for women's rights, right? And we work together for human rights, right? And we work together to leave money and assets for people who would not otherwise have those assets. One of our clients, we're working, together to help people in foreign countries with their assets to be able to provide a type of medical procedure that they wouldn't have access to, but because of the work we're doing together, they're now able to use their assets to make this world a better place, right? And here's where this really gets interesting. There's a young lady, her name was Osceola, and I call her a young lady. She's gone on to glory now. She's in heaven, okay? But a long, long time ago, right, she never, ever, ever in her life worked a job where she made more than minimum wage. Never worked a job where she made more than minimum wage. In fact, when she first started off, because all she did was wash people's clothes, she would get pennies, right? And little nickels. And she would save up those pennies and nickels because she lived a really, 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 frugal lifestyle, right? She didn't have kids on her own or anything to that extent. And so as she got to the point where she said, I can't work no more, these bones can't do it anymore, she walked in and she met with her banker, and the banker looked at us like, what in the world is going on? She had all of this money saved up over the years, right? Crazy, right? So she was like, I don't know, well, what you gonna do? And anything. So all I think she knew how to process is by dimes, right? Because that's how people would pay. They'd give her dimes. So the banker walked over to her and the banker said, okay, I'm going to give you 10 dimes, right? Which makes up $1, all right? And I want you to tell me what you want to do with this based on this being $1. So she took a $10. She said, I need to live off of that dime, right? I need to be able to live off of that. Then she showed another, and she had some family members that she wanted to give to, right? And then the rest of the money, right? She said, I never got to go to college. I never had the opportunity, right? So I would love this money to go to a college to give to a scholarship, right? So she had all this money, and she ended up giving it to this college so that they could use it for a scholarship. Now, this lady made less than minimum wage, but she managed to make an impact on the world. But it goes even beyond that, because what ended up happening was other people found out about her story, and people with other assets, they began giving the money as well to the same college in her name. And now today, if you go to that college, there is a huge dorm where people with her scholarships live in. Every year, they get to go to college in her name, and she did that even though she made less than minimum wage. Imagine what we can do in this world if people sit down and work with a financial planner and talk about their vision for their future, and we work together to make this world a better place. That's what I see happening 6 to 10 years from now, and that's what I will enjoy doing. You give what you can, and if you do what you can, you decide to be a good steward. Hey, I want to make a difference in this world. And I tell that story because you know what's amazing? It's not about the hard part for a lot of people is believing that they too can make a difference, right? They think, I don't make $1 million a year, I can't make a difference. But that's not even our clients, right? They're great financial advisors who work with the person who makes, who's a billionaire, right? ELS Vision Wealth Management does not have any billionaire clients yet, right? Yeah. But we make a huge difference on this world, right? Because what we do work with is small business owners and successful professionals, professors, principals, teachers, lawyers, that just say, hey, I want to make a difference. I've done okay for myself. I'm making decent money, but I don't want the money I make to just be used for selfish purposes. I want to do more.
Do you have any competition?
Let me tell you this. Competition, all right? First of all, I am a financial advisor, right? And there are so many different financial advisors out there, right? So, in the truest sense of the word, do I have competition? Yeah, I mean, you can say that, right? But I'm going to be honest with you, that's not really my competition, all right? And you know one of the reasons why that's not really my competition? Because this industry needs about 3 times as many financial advisors as we have, right? We need more financial advisors, and we'd still be okay, right? That's not our problem, all right? My competition is not another financial advisor. You know what my competition is? My competition is immediate satisfaction. My competition is the things that are out there that would stop somebody from being a good steward with their assets because they're looking for immediate gratification. That's where my competition is. So my competition isn't another financial advisor. My competition is a Porsche, right? My competition is not another life insurance agent. My competition is cable, right? My competition is not. My competition is not a long-term care professional, right? My competition is a Gucci belt, right? That's what my competition is. People who want immediate gratification have a hard time then saying, I want to, plan for my future. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Porsches. I like Lexus. I like, Gucci, right? I'm not saying those things are wrong. What I am saying, though, is that when those things get in the way of you being able to plan for your future, that's where our competition is, when the money that should be going to somebody's future instead goes to red bottoms.
What is the core of your business?
What is the core of our business? The core of our business is that we are here to help people. It's the core mission. At the end of the day, we are here to help people, and our mission is to serve first, serve last, and serve always.
Well, that is the end of this interview. Thank you.
Thank you. This was great. Black Friday. Thanks for having me.